Welcome back, guys. So carrying on from where we left off, like I said, I told you guys I was going to create the UVs for this jacket. So I've gone around and created a new UV for this jacket. If I should bring out my UV, my textures to check the checker pattern to check, notice that I have entire UVs for this entire thing, which is fine. Okay. So now we're going to export this to Zbrush and begin doing our sculpted details on this. So if I should select this, go to export selection, so let me bring in the folder I'm going to be exporting this to. I'm going to exporting this into the folder Z import. So this should be on obj. Name this jacket. Let me use all caps. Jacket low. You can click export. And that exported successfully. Now I will hide this. Then for the shirt also, we do an export for this. Export selection, obj exports. I name this shirt low. Okay. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go to Zbrush. Then we would import all of this into Zbrush. So let's start by going to sub 2 panel, click append, create a sphere 3D, click on that sphere 3D, click import, or paste our location for the importing here. Let's start with the shirt low. So it's there, is actually in another position. We're going to move this in actually. Then we would go to click on append again, sphere 3D, select the sphere 3D, import jacket low. Okay, so let's start by selecting the shirts. Select the shirts, hold alt and click on this, go to mark center, I'll put this in place. Could not better still, let me create a folder. I'll create a new folder, I'll name this garments, and I'll drag the jacket low into that folder. And I'll click on the options and I'll click on transpose sets, I believe. Yes, then we'll just drag this in and try to position this as accurately as we can. It's still a bit off. Try to get this to look a bit more realistic. We put this like so. Then we exit. think I can adjust this now individually. Let me select the shirts and do a more precise adjustment for this. Okay, try to look at this from other angles. Let me go to shift this way and push this down all the way here should be fine. Push this back. I'm trying to line it up with the shoulders. Okay, something like this should be fine. Something like this should be fine. Okay, then I can just manually pull things out. Manually pull things out now. So I'll just pull things out with my with the move tool. Just drag, turn on symmetry. Turn on symmetry and push this out. Turn off symmetry. Get a closer view on this. Kind of push things out. And try to get this to feel more natural. Okay. Alright, this should be accurate enough. I believe this should be accurate enough. Get a closer view on this. Okay. Okay, it doesn't need to be super accurate. You still want to make this look more realistic by adding or leaving some of those inconsistencies around the folds and some gaps in between, like in here and for the back of the shirt also. You can leave some gaps in here. Turn off symmetry and just push things out here. I'm just trying to make this sit on the body a bit more. I don't want it to be floating. Okay, so now that we have done some adjustments for this, let me go to the back, turn on symmetry and push this inwards. Let me push this inwards around here. Then we'll turn on our jacket. Let me bring this out. Let me bring this out of that folder. And turn on the jacket and create some adjustments to this. Turn on symmetry. And to let me push the hands inward. So let's go to poly group. We'll do an auto group. Okay. Auto groups. Okay, let's do an auto group with UVs. Then we'll do something like this. Make sure display double-sided is turned on. Invert that selection. Ctrl W to do a full group in here. Do the same here also. Do a full group. Think those should be fine. And I'll just sorry, I'll just push this in some more, just a little. Push this in some more. Then we'll turn on. Let's bring our jacket back on. Probably push this too much. Okay. Then we can make some drastic adjustments to general proportion of these jackets. Kind of turn on symmetry to enable me do things a bit faster. Okay. I can turn off symmetry now and move things individually. I'm trying to keep in mind that I need to kind of respect the form. Try to have that uniform flow around it. And you have to be careful also. You have to look for the appropriate camera angle to make your adjustments. with the right brush size also. You can always iterate back and forth. We don't want to inflate the jacket too much so it doesn't feel like it's floating or something. We still want to make it feel like it's resting on the t-shirt underneath it. Like I say, respecting that uniform flow around it. I'm looking for the right angle to push and pull things. Then go back to the inner shirt and kind of compensate for that by pushing the shirt inwards a bit more. So I just excluded that so I can do a better job in here. Go back to the jacket. Okay. I think we I think we are I think this is should be good enough to work with. So one last thing I need to do is to I'll need to pull this hand downwards a bit more. I use the lasso, max lasso, turn on symmetry. Okay, let me push this in some more. Then I'll do something like so. Invert that selection. Hold out and click in here. Hold out also. Blow out the selection and kind of push this in like so. So I'll do the exact same thing for the inner shirts. Bring everything back out. Let me isolate this again. this around here, go back out, and then I'll just drag this back in like so. Yes, that's fine. That'll work just fine. So go back to the jackets. The shoulders feels a bit off. Try to okay. Just trying to tap that back in. Okay, I think this should be fine. It should be fine. So I need to create UVs. I need to create polygroups for this, so I have more control over the parts of the model. Let me use this merge by similar group. Let me see what that gives me. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So let's start by selecting this. Okay, I think we need to stick to the UV groups instead. I think we just stick just stick with the UV group instead. So select this. We need to turn on. I need to turn on. I need to turn on double-sided. I think that's captured everything we need. So need to make a little adjustment on this. The move to selected, turn off symmetry, and pull this out like so. Then bring this out and push this out. Okay. So let me invert this. Let me do some corrections on the. This time I'm going to use the move topological brush. Move topological brush for this. Turn off symmetry mode, and then I will just make correct adjustment to. Okay, so let's make adjustments. So I just pull this color out. I need to pull this color out. So I'll just push this out of the model so it doesn't don't to be intercepting too much. They need to rest on that on the shoulder, but not too inwards. Let me use the move tool. Move tool should do a faster job. Okay. Just kind of move this out. What do we have here? to be having an issue in there. Okay, I have no idea what this is. So let's find out what this is. I think we're doing the wrong thing for a while now. It's not capturing every single thing that we need. Let me do that a few steps. Then I'll do this correctly. Okay. Select yes. Now this is everything we need. Then we invert that selection. I'll do a single group for this. So let's not make any mistakes on this. This is everything that we need. And this seems to be pushing out. Let's do this accurately. Seems to be some issue here. Let me do that again. Let me find that poly group. Shift select that. This is it. I'll mark this. Invert that marks. So we have this guy in here that might give us some issues. So I'll just push that back in place. I just need to figure out what that actually is. I'll just do my best to hide it so it doesn't give me issues later on. I think it's supposed to be inwards. It's supposed to be like inside. This should be everything, I believe. Should be everything. About the selection, doing max for this. I think now I can push this out. Now I can comfortably push all this out. It seems to be pulling something else with it. I think I'll use a move topological brush to kind of pull that back in. Okay, yeah, this should be fine. This should be fine, I believe. So I'll go out of isolation mode and I'll go to the shades. Oh, you still need to fix some things for the jacket. Like for example, the pockets. We will just push the topmost parts inward. Just push all of this inwards. We'll do better refinements when we are on a higher subdivision level. Select this. Now this one needs to come out. Just trying to move. Just trying to move and push things in place. Smoothing this model can just help with making sure everything is in place. We're still going to make more adjustments to this when we add more subdivisions to this. But I'm just trying to move things quickly since we're in a lower subdivision, so we have more control over this to push and pull things in place. This one needs a lot of pushing out. Just find a good angle for this. Okay, not bad. Do I feel this? I'll push this down some more. Okay, so now we have this out of the way, I guess. We can go to the shirt model and start accentuating some of the details we have in here. So I'll start by cranking up the subdivision level some more, all the way to all the way to 6. Okay, so from here we are going to let's see. Okay, we're going to create a layer for this. I'm going to create a layer, so I'm going to create a new layer. Name this base details. Okay, so let's start by going to the lower subdivision level and pull this up so you guys can see the subdivision level I'm on. Okay, then I'll use the standard brush. I'll go out of lazy mouse. Then I'll just kind of, let me go to one more level. I'll just kind of accentuate some of the folds I see in here. That's too aggressive. Take this down a notch. Okay. I won't go too crazy on this because I don't think it will be necessary to go too crazy on this, so it doesn't make the design look too busy. You can see I'm just smoothing things back in, kind of create the depth and smooth things back in. The back seems fine, I won't go too much in there. not going to go too crazy. I think this should be fine. This should be fine. Should be fine. The back does not need so much attention, but let me just do something in there regardless. Okay. Okay. So now the next thing I need to do is just to create my seam line. Next thing to do is to create the seam line. Be a seam line across the shoulder in here, around the arm, around this little collar, then along here, and for the other side also, then underneath the arm, basically where we had our seam lines, and underneath the arm around here. Though that part won't be too visible, but regardless, we'll still fix something in there. So we're going to be using our poly groups as a guide to kind of create that. So I'll go to the highest subdivision level, so we can actually capture the details. Oh, I think I need to do one more thing. Let me go to the lower subdivision level. I need to do one more thing. I need to kind of inflate. I need to inflate the collar. I need to inflate the collar. So I'm going to use my inflate brush tool. BIN inflate. So I'll just pull out something around here like so. Around where the seam line should be. Let me aid myself by bringing this out. Okay. Now use my standard brush to kind of dig in. I think that feels a bit too aggressive. You need to be a little bit light-handed on that. Oh, I also need to use the Alt key. Need to use the Alt key. Something like this should be fine. And I'll go to the highest subdivision level. Let me bring out the brush I'm going to be using for that same line. I think it should be brush. Zbrush seam. Yes, yes. So we use which one should we use? Let's see if we can find an example from around. Uh, I think this should be fine. This should be fine. I think I'll use. Let's try this out. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to create another layer and name this seams. Another layer, name this seams. Then I will do Shift F. I think I will just need to isolate all of this. Because I'm going to be using this as a guide to kind of carve out my seam line so I don't go off the rails, because I already have a color in there. And since, let me go to a lower subdivision level so I can do things faster. So I'll invert this, I'll mark this, and I invert the marks. Then I'll go to the highest subdivision level. And then draw out the seam line. So I'm going to be using the lazy mouse. I need a sharp marks for this. So let's go to the highest subdivision level here. Marks this. Then invert that marks. Okay. So now if you should draw, let me increase the brush size some more. Okay. It feels too thin. Let me try to change the focal shifts. Increase the brush size some more. Okay. It should work just fine. Take down the intensity. Okay, I believe this should work. Now start drawing out. It does not need to be perfect. Oh no, I missed that sharp angle. Just stop. Trying to make sure Trying to make sure I capture that flow. Maybe I should zoom out a bit. So let me just start from another. Let me start from another angle and kind of seem to be losing resolution in here. Okay. Trying to go be as precise as possible. All right. Okay. I'm sure you guys get the idea already. You can just keep this part of the tutorial and move to the next chapter, because right now I'm just going to be doing creating just seam lines around the model. That's basically what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so we have a clear indicator of where our seam line should be in here. So I'm going to try to respect that, respect the deformation also we have in there. All the way here. Go to the other side. All the way here. So let's see what we have. Not bad. Not bad. So now we would do the same thing across. All the way down. I'll stop here. Then we'll just, let me do the same thing all the way at the other side. Maybe I'm thinking of posting this video and then just do everything, but then again I want to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. just close this up. Then we'll just do another one in here like so. Zoom out. Try to follow that poly group all the way down. That's fine. Then we'll go to the other side. Okay, we need to do this also underneath the arm. Let's find a good angle on this and just pull this back out inwards. That should be fine. So I'm basically going to do what I just did in this portion now on the other side. I think I should just pause the video and then you guys can do the same thing also. But if you still want to stick around, that's still fine. I'm basically just repeating what I did at the other side here also. Just stop here. Okay. Then we just pull this out and try to follow that curve. You don't want to do this like in a very straight line because that'll make it look very unnatural. So you want to kind of follow, or you want to try as much as possible to follow that poly group guides. Try to follow that curve as much as possible. Okay, then let's do the same for the under part of the arm. Find a good angle and I'll just pull this out like so. So guys, we are done. Okay, maybe we can just do something around the hem of clothes, just for the fun of it. Now, you don't want to go on a straight line, so you want to kind of go like following some kind of curve pattern to make it look more natural. Like assuming there's a kind of stretching on the clothes, that kind of stretched out the, no, that's too much. That's a bit too much. Okay, that would work. So we have our seam lines where there should be. We can basically call, okay, oh, we can basically call this done. We can do one around this part also. The idea is to look for references and kind of use your own shirt as a reference guide to create the seam lines where ideally there should be. Okay, I'll quickly do the same for the other side. You do not want to add too much of an S curve to it, so it doesn't look weird. You still want to pass the idea that this is a fairly new shirt. Okay, good, awesome. So we're basically done with this. Yeah, basically done with this. We can bake this out and this will come out great. So yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next lesson where we do some more details or detailing for our jean jackets. So I'll see you guys later.